Hey Scorpios, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to your reading. Welcome to what you need to hear right now. We've been dealing with a lot of planetary and universal energies that have been creating some upheaval in our personal experience right now as we sit currently in the world. So I've taken this opportunity of introspection and time to dive into tarot a little bit more than I had been in the current years. I've been really diving deep into guidance type of energy and flow, because right now we're sitting in a time that is it's where the future is just a big question mark, and that question mark is a collective question mark. What's next? I feel that because so many people are transcending and moving forward in their spiritual development, that basically anything is possible when it comes to a manifestation state of mind. And we as human beings and as individual human beings need to take some time that we have so much of right now to really dive into what it is that our heart wants us to do, because our heart will never steer us in the wrong direction. Sometimes we have a tendency to look at the world as we see it right now through a lens. And this lens can be clouded or fogged, or there could be even, you know, a layer of something over top of us, so over top of the lens, and it gives us a inability to see things for what they really are. And I think that everybody as a collective can admit that they have been guilty for not seeing things or perceiving things clearly, because we have grown into the individuals that we are today from our own personal experiences and our own personal biases that were created from those experiences. And it really goes super deep into historical personal data, and we create this persona and this perception that we view the current world in. So it's very deep and very mental, and I think that is where we have been lacking as individuals, when it becomes such a mental type game or type situation that we move ourselves far away from what is in our heart space. So it's very important that we spend some time with ourselves and figure out what it is truly that our heart is desiring and move towards that, because you only get one life, right? So I know it's a very deep message. I've just been spending time with myself and digging into these current, you know, energies and the way that I perceive things. And I think it's super important that as a collective and as a group, we should all get together and really try to experience these things as a collected energy, so more people can start moving in the right direction. And it doesn't matter if when you're moving towards what that heart desire is if you go off track and, kind of move back and forth from time to time, as long as you're continuing to flow forward. That flow is what we're all searching for, and to be able to move within that flow, instead of moving and pushing against things that are happening in our current lives and in our current situation. So I'm really excited to bring these messages to you. Excuse me, I did my makeup and I want to make sure it looks good. But anyways, I pulled out a brand new card of playing cards. These, you can do regular tarot with these cards actually very well. The only thing is you don't have all of your major arcana in the playing card decks, and it's a little bit harder to read the playing card decks. You really need to know tarot to understand how to read them. But you still get very strong messages. And what I've done is I opened this deck at Aries, and Aries is the first sign in the zodiac circle. And when you think about Aries and the sign of Aries, it's actually just like a V with like a little spiral at the end, which can symbolize the ram, or it can symbolize that initial spark, and then what happens after the spark, the explosion, which is a really beautiful way to look at the way things have begun. And astrology, with Aries being a fire sign, that spark comes from that fire, right? So, and it's a really beautiful thing indeed, like completely when you think about it as a whole. So we can utilize this as a tool in our life experience, and I mean astrology when I say that. And we can also utilize tarot to give us guidance on our journey and to help us make decisions that are in our highest good. So very beautiful messages there. So I started at Aries, and I'm moving my way through the whole zodiac circle with this deck of cards. And I'm also going to be pulling a card from my Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck. It's a big old deck of beautifully colored cards. It's pretty cool. And then I'm gonna pull one card from the Osho Zen Tarot. And the Osho Zen Tarot, I will read from the book when I pull that card, because the messages that come from each one of those cards are very deep and very beautiful and very strong. So I'll definitely read from the deck when we get to that point. So once again, I just wanted to thank you for being here with me, and I hope your messages resonate and help you shine a little bit of love and light into your current situations. Let's get started. Heavenly Father, Holy Ghost, Divine Source, Universal Energies, Spirit, please help me pull clear messages for the sign of Scorpio. All messages that are in Scorpio's highest good. Help me communicate clearly and bring them signs of hope, love, peace, harmony, health, truth. Give me cards for the sign of Scorpio. Give me cards for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you. Okay. Fire. Okay. Oh. 3 more cards for the sign of Scorpio. 3 more cards for the sign of Scorpio. 3 more cards for the sign of Scorpio. Ooh. 3 more cards. Ooh. Okay. 3 more cards for the sign of Scorpio, please. 2 more. 2 more cards for Scorpio. 2 more cards for Scorpio. 2 more cards. 2 more cards for Scorpio. 2 more cards for Scorpio. Oops, there we are. Okay. Where did that one go? Just give me a second here. Wow. Okay. Really beautiful message that came out here. So your first card that we have here is the strongest energy that's coming in right now. And the rest of your cards is advice and what you're moving towards. So the first card you got was the 8 of Spades. 8 of Spades in traditional tarot is compared to the 8 of Swords, which is it's almost like a stagnant energy. And when we're talking about swords, we're talking about an air sign, right? So very airy type of energy. So this could be being entrapped in your own thought processes, and could be, you know, feelings of lack, or as if you have been stabbed in the back repeatedly, or as if you are restricted to you know, specific way of life due to thought patterns. Could be family karmic patterns, but it's a really distinct energy of being trapped within your thought processes. So it comes in with the 3 of Pentacles energy, which, you know, speaks to, it could be partnership. So your 8 of Swords could be a, you know, feeling of lack within work situations, and then you come into this partnership energy where you're celebrating. And 3 of Pentacles, you know, it generally speaks to a potential marriage or union of some sort as well, and it does bring happy energy in and successful energy as well, which is really beautiful because it brings us to the Ace of Hearts. And the Ace of Hearts is your cups energy when it comes to traditional tarot, and that speaks to your energy as well. So the Ace of Cups is a divine source of energy offering you a cup full of love and full of abundance and beauty and deep-seated like feelings, depths and emotion, and just beauty in general altogether. So, you know, this could be coming in as a manifestation and something that you've always wanted, and it's coming in fiercely strong as you move through your progression of potentially, you know, signing a you know, a contract or a union of some sort. So it's really beautiful. It takes us into our next energy, which is your 10 of Clubs. 10 of Clubs is in comparison to your 10 of Wands. So it's fiery energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with somebody within, you know, that element, or you could be embodying this energy yourself. And this is an energy of completion. So you could be finishing a cycle that was challenging and rooted in passion, and there could have been some quarreling of some sort, but it's an energy of success and moving on and winning the battle. But you have to go through the moments of frustration, anger, and so on and so forth to get you to that point. So there is some sort of a struggle that has come in with this energy, but you do move past it, and you move past it with the only major arcana card in the playing cards deck, which is the Joker, which is in comparison to the Fool. And the Fool card is, if we go back to our conversation in the beginning of this reading when I was talking about, the Aries being the initial spark, right? We could talk in terms of this being that inspiration and that spark, and giving you the energy and enlightenment enough to sprint forward without needing to see what's on the other side of that door, and you're just going to jump through, or it speaks in terms of taking that leap of faith, basically, without needing to know what is waiting for you. So it kind of gets me a little bit emotional, because you taking that leap of faith brings in the King of Hearts energy, and King of Hearts is, the highest you can embody within your energy. So the Ace of Hearts, it speaks to initiation and an offering of that cup of love, and the King of Hearts speaks to embodying that energy and becoming your highest self within that energy. So it's very beautiful, that message. So whatever journey you are on right now, just know that although that you might have struggles when it comes to your thought processes and where you feel like you're stagnated, but that stagnation is only within your mind space. And a union of some sort is going to bring you towards your energy. So that union could be work related, it could be relationship related, it could be marriage, it could, it speaks to like early family too. So it's really beautiful. And just know that that energy is going to bring in your cup of love, and then you're going to master your energy, like your watery energy. So it's really, really beautiful. I'm going to pull a card from the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. So the Chakra Wisdom Tarot is going to, it's going to be very bold in color when it comes to the card that we pull. And this will speak to any specific chakras you may need to work on to help you move towards your goal of becoming your highest self as an individual. So these messages are they're so beautiful, and I'm just such a big fan. And when it comes to chakra work, it's always really good for us to understand and know that to be balanced, we need to have our chakras, relatively balanced or well balanced. And to be able to do that, we need to work within our root chakra, because if your root chakra isn't open, you can't balance the rest of them. And your root chakra is, it's red, and it's rooted to your feelings of being safe in this world, which speaks loudly to this Fool card needing to be like, this is your advice to move past those first two energies, that 8 of Swords energy or that 10 of Clubs energy. So the Joker's your advice, and the Joker is that feeling of having faith and just going for it. And if you don't feel balanced in your root chakra, it'll be harder to just go for whatever it is you need to go for in your life. So feeling safe and secure. Spirit, Give me one card for Scorpio, please. Give me one card for Scorpio's energy. Give me one card of advice for Scorpio's energy, please, Spirit. Give me one card. Oh, there it is. Princess of Cups. Okay, so beautiful. We were speaking about working within our heart space early in this message. So this Princess of Cups is very green. Green is your heart chakra. So you may need to spend some time in meditation or eating green foods, even just wearing green colors when you're out and about. Super beautiful energy though. The Princess of Cups, she has another cup of love for you, right? And she's working her way towards becoming that King of Cups energy again. So you have both masculine and feminine energies here on the table, but because this is the Princess of Cups, this tells me that you might need to work a little bit more in your feminine energy. Work towards your divine feminine energy. You may work a lot in your masculine energy, and this could be one of the things that you need to get past, like certain, masculine types of situations where they're hot, fiery, passionate, quick. It might put you in a situation or a mind space that you need to get yourself around, and the only way to do that is to balance out that feminine energy within your body as well, your divine feminine. So beautiful message there. This is our last message. I'm just going to pull. Okay, cool. I'm just going to pull one card from the Osho Zen Tarot. Divine, give me one. Oh, there it is. Exhaustion. Okay, so this tells me that this person is feeling engulfed in a hard world around him, and he's feeling completely consumed by it. So exhaustion comes into play. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna pull the page. Nine of Fire. Okay, so Nine of Fire energy. So that's Wounded Warrior energy. Which page is it on? 96. This is going to give you some advice to get away from that energy. This is the portrait of one whose whole life energy has been depleted in his efforts to keep fueling the enormous and ridiculous machine of self-importance and productivity. He has been so busy keeping it all together and making sure everything runs smoothly that he has forgotten to really rest. No doubt he can allow himself to be playful, to abandon his duty for a trip to the beach, and could mean the whole structure might come tumbling down. The message of this card is not just about being a workaholic, though. It's about all the ways in which we step up safe but unnatural routines for ourselves. By doing so, keep the chaotic and spontaneous away from our doors. Life isn't a business to be managed. It's a mystery to be lived. It's time to tear up the time card, break out of the factory, and take a little trip into the uncharted. Your work can flow more smoothly from a relaxed state of mind. A man who lives through conscious and becomes hard. A man who lives through consciousness remains soft. Let me read that again. A man who lives through conscious becomes hard. A man who lives through consciousness remains soft. Why? Because a man who has some ideas about how to live naturally becomes hard. He has continuously to carry his character around himself. That character is like an armor, his protection, his security. His whole life is invested in that character, and he always reacts to situations through character, not directly. If you ask him a question, his answer is ready-made. That's the sign of a hard person. He is dull, stupid, and mechanical. He may be a good computer, but he is not a man. You do something that he reacts in a well-established way. His reaction is predictable. He is a robot. The real man acts spontaneously. If you ask him a question, your question gets a response, not a reaction. He opens his heart to your question, exposes himself to your question, and responds to it. So that message takes us back to working from your heart space. This is clear. Working from your heart space, the heart space of this robot. But he is the heart space, but he's tired because he needs that, grease and, a little bit of tinkering. The heart needs that grease and that tinkering. The heart needs to be brought forth and gazed upon with so much love, because your heart it's everything that you are. You truly are. So what you need to do is work from your heart space. And because you, Scorpio, are ruled by Mercury, I'm pretty sure it's Mercury, you are constantly going back to this battle mode. It's like a battle mode, and it happens very often and quick, and you don't even realize it, but it's just part of your energy. But this is something, when it comes to your heart and your heart space, what you need to do is battle from your heart, not from your mind, not from whatever thoughts that are feeling restricting to you. You need to battle from your heart, or just love so much that that's the only thing there is, right? So I definitely hope that these messages brought you some love and light, and I do appreciate you being here with me. And I just wanted to say thank you again. Thank you for joining me. And if these messages resonated with you, share them with whoever else you feel needs these messages right now. Thank you.